All right, y'all. This is episode 12 of the piloted season. This is the last one. This is it. We don't even know if we're going to do this again. Possibly. Just give us your feedback, show some love. Do what you got to do. Let us know what's good. Yo, we had a few guests on this last episode here. It was pretty intense, but that's the way we usually like it, right? Shout out to Dre. Shout out to Baka. We had the whole TBT family in the building. Man, just stay tuned. I ain't gonna say no more.
Brought back a lot of his characters. You know what I mean? I thought that was dope.
You didn't think he got way too political?
I didn't see the whole thing, so I saw the opening monologue. And he had
the opening monologue. He was really political with it.
Yeah, but I think that's necessary, man. The temperature. He was like, "Yo, there's niggas outside protesting as we speak." He's like, "I'll be foolish not to talk about it."
Yeah, that's true.
You know
that's
what I
true.
mean? Let me know when you're ready, though.
It's been recorded.
It's on already?
Yeah, it's been on. Because y'all be getting on me like, yo, you should always hit.
You're right. You're right. You're right. I like that. I like that. You
want? I finally get it.
It took the last episode of the season for us to get it right, but we're here, and we're getting things right and together. Motherfuckers got their suitcases packed because shit got filed this week. I don't know how it happened. I don't know why it happened. So that's why we're here to discuss. There's really no format here. Everybody is just gonna jump in and speak what the fuck they need to talk about. So I'll pose this one question just to start off. This is good math, by the way. I haven't spoken to anybody in a little bit, so I'm not used to being on a mic as of now, but I'm gonna get comfortable in like 2 minutes. How did Trump win the election?
White supremacy reigns, man. The idea is it's like a backlash for, you think about people having somebody as their leader. Most people have never had a woman boss before. Most people have never had a black boss before. Imagine you leaving a job where you had to answer to a black man, and then your next job lining up, they're like, oh yeah, well, this is your manager. Wait, hold on, who? Fuck out of here, yo. They ain't comfortable with that, man.
So I'm actually going to take a step back because I'm fucking up right now. It's all right, though. We actually got Duce and Bach brought that. Bach is here. We got a couple guests here. So Bach's here. Say what up, Bach.
Yo, it's your boy Bach.
Yeah.
I'm in the building.
I'm in the building, nigga.
Pseudo-intellectual, pseudo-gangster nigga. So I'm kicking it with my people, man. We go way back, you know what I mean? Kyle, good math. So, and my man Dre's here, too. So
what up, Dre? What up?
Shout out to my nigga Dre, yo.
Yo, what's up, man?
Looking buff like a motherfucker.
Nah, I'm just fat as shit right now, but it's all good, man. Like, we here talking about the election.
And let Jonas see that T-shirt because that's just fire. that's proper right there.
Oh yeah, it's the polo.
Hey, that there we go right there. And we also got the rest of the team in here, Internet and Jonas. Jonas is always behind the camera. What's up, Jonas? Put the camera on. Put the camera on you.
Hey. Shout out to the cameraman, yo. Shout out to my shooter.
Yo, Boogie got jokes, man.
Yeah, yo.
Internet's here, fly as usual. Fashionista, stylist, advocate. Black Panther, no, maybe not. Let's not say that, sorry.
We're blessed to be in her presence, yo.
That's definitely an honor. Definitely humbles us. So jumping back into it, K Boogie gave his piece, but I want to see what Bach and Dre what they think about this because I'm still flabbergasted. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. People were sending me text messages calling me like, "What does this mean?" I'm like, "Nigga, I don't know. I thought I was gonna go the other way."
You know what I mean? Niggas look at you as a leader, right?
I'm gonna keep it real. Like this whole Trump thing, it don't mean a whole lot. We already know what the country's about. You know what I mean? White supremacy, like my man K Boogie said, is real prevalent out here. And this shit really is a smack in the face. It woke motherfuckers up like coffee in the morning. Like, listen, we still here. Because we had the gays showing out. We had the blacks showing out because of Obama. We had everybody showing out, women. And Trump let niggas know white males are still here. And he had the whole country rally behind him. White women too. They said, fuck it, we gonna stay on code. We gonna support Trump. But if you want to really look at it like for a personal perspective of mine, there's a silver lining in here, you know what I mean, with Trump winning, because maybe we can wake up as black people to understand, like, yo, listen, this is some real shit. There's a real dilemma we're facing in this country, and something's got to happen. Like, Trump is here. Trump is motherfucking here. You know what I mean? And yeah, I ain't too worried, man. Black people, we work good under pressure, so that's my thoughts on the matter.
And
Fighters.
yeah, we're natural fighters, and there's a lot that goes into it. And I definitely agree with some of your sentiments, like what the fuck has really changed. I mean, even it's a fallacy to believe that anybody was really doing anything bigger when Obama was in office. Like we wasn't getting no passes, bro. You know what I mean? Like
Not
shit
at
was
all.
still fucked up.
Niggas
Not
still
at all.
dying.
So
Black people was getting shot dead in the street with impunity, and these cops are getting off. They're getting money for shooting black people. They put up a GoFundMe and become a millionaire overnight. So they actually got incentive to kill black people in 2016. You know what I mean?
Think about that.
I mean, I feel that may have always been the case, but even I want to throw this to Dre because I text him when after I was in a group chat actually with Bach and Cape Boogie, and it was some of your boys like that nigga really like he won like that really just happened. I just thought it was stupid. I texted Dre like, what the fuck? And I'm thinking me like, man, just same shit with Reagan. It's like the truest shit I ever heard, man. So I want Dre to jump into that, man. What's your thoughts, Dre?
Well, basically, when you hit me with that, I just look at it as it was I just look at it as it's a cycle. I mean, history always repeats itself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So with the whole thing going on with BLM and the situation that happened with Trump coming into office, it's like Reagan came in during around the same time where they were transitioning into a new, but mostly Republicans were running it during that
That's a
time.
fact.
And then Reagan came in, did the war on drugs, basically like prolonged a little bit of the Jim Crow, bringing in all the drugs, locking up all black people and shit like that. And white people were striving during that time.
That was before heroin was an epidemic.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like, in order for people to strive in a situation, somebody's gonna have to suffer. Same thing with war. You know what I'm saying? War brings in money. Somebody's dying at the end of the day in war, but somebody else is profiting off of somebody's death.
America is definitely built off the profit of death, and I mean we've stated this numerous times
On the backs of free labor.
on the backs of especially colored people. To this day, as long as you could come to this country and somebody may shit on you, but you're still gonna look like, well, at least I'm better off than these niggas.
Yeah,
and niggas are cool with that, like, and that makes sense to them. So I mean, what's your thoughts on the election, man? How do you feel?
Man,
I see you had your bags packed. You ready to go?
I was ready to be off. To be honest, man, I didn't.
Real quick.
What's that?
What country you going to, bro?
Man, that's a coin toss.
He's way better in this place.
That's a coin toss, but I got a couple. I legit got a couple.
Canada with Drake.
Nah, man, I would go back to Haiti or I'll flip it to Cuba, whichever. But to be honest with you, I didn't watch it. The actual conclusion to it that night. I went to sleep after I found out that Massachusetts votes were in. Once I saw the ballot questions for Massachusetts voters were done. Once I found out question 4 was good to go, I was like, I'm gonna go to sleep because regardless, I didn't want to go to sleep stressed out and then wake up stressed out. I was going to go to sleep happy and let the stress come the next day. So when I woke up and I found out Trump won, I legit had a smile on my face all throughout the day. Went to Starbucks, smile on my face. Went to work, smile on my face. Came back home, smile on my face. And I don't know if like humor is my way to cope, but the way I saw it was like, first of all, everybody was walking around with a mean mug. No one was smiling.
I don't know. Them white people at my job had an extra pep in their step, bro. Real talk.
No, legit, like people were just mad quiet, and I could tell that people were mourning. Like no one expected this. And so the reason why I had a smile on my face is because it was like, yo, it's about time to fucking wake up.
Thank you.
It's about time to wake up because to me, if you could legit watch black people get killed month over month, year over year, and then see hashtags and then keep it moving, and that doesn't shock you, how is this supposed to be shocking to me? Like this is like, okay, this is like, cherry on top of everything that's been going on, of course. Why not? What else could happen?
So you know what's just funny? Like I feel like now that like Trump is in office, like people care more because like
He's not in office yet.
Well, now that he's gonna be, he's our president-elect. He will be in office come January. I feel like all these other marginalized groups are a little bit scared because they was desensitized to just seeing a black man get shot in the street, but now it's like it's gonna be spread to the Mexicans and the gays and a lot of these other groups that Trump just literally shit on to get where he was at because he appealed to a very specific group of people, which is what they call the silent majority, which is all these people in this country who they walk around, they have breakfast with you, they have lunch with you at work, and they act like shit's all peppery. But real talk, them white nationalists that, you know what I mean, they really about this white supremacy shit, and they'll marginalize you in a second.
Yeah, I mean, that's the facts, man. Like, the idea people were shocked, the people who were shocked are people who are spoon-fed. You feel me? People who get all of their information from news and media.
And that's what you meant by spoon-fed, not like the legit, like, spoiled spoon-fed.
Well,
just spoon-fed by the media.
Yeah, spoon-fed like information.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? Which is a majority of this country. So, like, you know what I mean? And the media is showing you one thing, and the idea that that Trump could win seemed far-fetched because everyone tried to make a joke out of Trump. He was a butt of a lot of jokes for a long time. But the idea is people really agree with his sentiments. People really feel what he's saying. He's appealing to a large group of people. The thing is this, like, to understand where Trump is coming from, like, the people who stand for him don't have to get on the streets and say anything. They don't got to put no signs up. They don't got to go picket. They don't got to do none of that because their interests are protected.
Not to cut you off.
Go ahead,
but,
bro.
I got a question. How much do you think his victory had to do with people not really messing with Hillary as far as what she has going
That's
on?
another big part of it, yo.
Controversy and the emails that they saying like she's
Not
looking
the
already
emails.
crooked.
It's all right. Listen, Trump's flaws as a person were going against Hillary's flaws as a candidate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was not a real battle. You can't fight a war like that. You know what I mean? The Democrats fucked up by picking Hillary. And now they know it.
Yeah.
Now they know it. They fucked up by picking Hillary. But that's a whole nother discussion. The idea of Hillary people not supporting getting behind Hillary, a lot of that has to do with, yes, the email scandals. People don't trust her. And Benghazi. You know what I mean?
Democratic vote splitting.
And her trying to pander.
This is
Too much.
This is
black.
man.
Can I say something? Black people are not stupid.
Yeah.
Every single person in this room is, except for ambiguous, Jonas. I just met you. He's cool people.
That
But we
nigga's
all
black,
black.
man.
We all black. I don't know Jonas, but he's cool. But we're not stupid at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So when you get on the TV and you try to Dougie your way to a fucking president, like an electoral vote, like I'm not gonna give you my vote. I'll give you my ass to kiss. I'm not gonna give you my vote.
but
Don't be giving me Jay-Z and Beyonce.
I'm hearing this. I'm hearing what you guys are saying, right? And one accord is like, all right, well, the media pushed this picture about Trump and that affected certain people, and really his core demographic doesn't have to come outside and protest and talk shit because they're comfortable with rich white men chilling somewhere with their rich wives and their rich families, so they're gonna vote for him anyways. He keeps their interests in hand. Let's not forget, and shout out to Tax Stone with Kenneth Montgomery. Them motherfuckers had a lot of nails on the head, and I'm just gonna be, because all this split the Democratic vote and the Republicans should have did this. If you're even talking about that system, I'm not gonna shut my brain off, but you're still in the matrix if you're talking about that as if that shit functions. Them motherfuckers knew who was gonna win. They know what story they're writing. They were pitted against each other for a fucking reason, and homeboy's in there for a fucking reason.
Facts.
But at the end of the day, here's the
But you asked how it happened, so we're trying to tell you how it happened.
But I don't agree that anything that the votes or anything had anything to do with that. They wanted this dude to be president.
So the system works.
But at the end of
This is what? No, the voting system does not. It doesn't matter if the Democratic Party was split on
No, the
Hillary.
system
None of that.
works.
None of that.
No, I'm saying now. I'm talking about the system is of wanting to knowing who they already wanted in power. You know what I mean? Like the elect that they had in mind already won.
White supremacy still reigns.
Exactly.
And we don't have a choice in that.
And can I just say something, because the word white supremacy is like some shit that like I don't hear enough coming from black people. It almost seems like black people are scared of the word, but like this is the system that we're fucking living in. I don't want to hear racism. All this shit's ambiguous. Like white supremacy is what we live every single day. It means this group of people can do anything they want, but you group of people, you can't do nothing without us. You depend on us for everything. Education, economics.
Put labels on the groups you're talking about.
I'm talking about white supremacy reigns over anything. If you're a non-white person categorized by
Non-straight
census,
white male.
if you're not categorized as that, then you're below. You're a permanent second class in this country. You know what I mean? And it's proven by Trump. He can say whatever he wants. He don't got to bring no receipts. You know what I mean? It's I'm white and I say so, and other white people fall in line with that.
You know it, I know it, everybody knows it.
Exactly. So, and that's the law of the land when you really look at it. You know, cop gets shot. Oh, I felt scared. Okay, you get off. You know, here's $1 million, you know, as a consolation. You know what I mean? It's I'm white and I say so. That's what white supremacy means. This group of people can do whatever they want. You know what I mean? And another group of people, it doesn't matter how much they protest or they demonstrate, they don't care.
So part of the president's title is to be head of state, right? As along with excuse me, commander in chief, head of state's a figurehead. This is the picture of what this country looks like. You look at this person. This is what he embodies our values. What this country look like. If you look at Trump, he looks like an arrogant, well-off, cocky white man that can do whatever he wants.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So it would make complete sense that he would be voted into office.
People are attracted to that bravado, and people are also attracted to the fear-mongering. That's an American thing.
Right.
You know, not just American, but like that's part of America. You know what I mean? The idea, like, like people like feel like they're constantly under attack, and the media portrays that and puts it into people. Oh, we need to be scared of the Mexicans. We need to be scared of Muslims.
What's so ironic?
We need to be scared of this. And he just embodies all that.
Yeah.
You know what's just so ironic is the fact that Trump is a white male, and everybody knows they have the most privilege in this country, and he literally, the people that are quote unquote scared are the people who are what he is, a white male, and they literally are the people in this country who have the least to be scared about. That shows you the arrogance and like the privilege that they have. It's like even when Trump won, I saw like white men crying on. I never seen so many grown men crying in life. I'm like, yo, if you're a white man crying and bitching or whatever, imagine how black people fucking feel. Imagine how Mexicans feel. Imagine how women feel. But I mean, at the end of the day, Hillary did represent the status quo. So realistically, it's not really that impressive for you to be voting for Hillary. The status quo of black people still ain't getting shit.
That status quo, right.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
She went on that ticket.
People. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna give you no legislation, but I'll bust this Dougie right quick. You know what I mean? That's what she ran on. She didn't offer us anything, and that's personally why I didn't vote for her. Like, they couldn't scare me into voting for Hillary, which was what they did to a lot of black people. Yeah. They were like, it was complete fear mongering.
Obama likes her. Jay-Z likes her.
Obama likes her. Exactly. Jay-Z likes her.
She didn't do anything.
Can we talk about all the coons?
It was a last ditch effort. I think everyone was really trying to push on the right wing, on the right side, just so they don't go left.
But black people ain't stupid. We could have helped her win if we wanted to.
Yeah,
we could have helped her win. Half of the country did not vote. Black people could have helped Hillary win.
Let me tell you,
a lot of black people took to offense what Bill did.
That's my point too.
And so that's one of the reasons.
That's my point too. We're not stupid.
But also at the fact that she wasn't talking to us in any of the debates. She was here's one of her biggest flaws. She wasn't really going about what she was trying to do as far as change. All she was doing was answering Trump's questions or trying to refute or whatever the fuck may be with Trump. She was battling Trump on stage. She wasn't talking about the issues. If she were to come out and say, we recognize that, you know, a lot of photos or footage have been out there in the last couple of years about, you know, people of color getting gunned down by police. We need to talk about that.
Why would she do that?
Talk to me.
Why would she do that? Why would she do that when our quote unquote first black president of the United States, Obama, didn't even do it? He set a precedent. If you're a black president and you're literally not talking about any of these young black men who are innocently getting freaking gunned down in the street, why the fuck? What incentive does Hillary have to say anything about that? Obama didn't even say nothing.
Dre has something to say, and I want Dre to be able to jump in.
But to get on what Bach said, Obama did get questions about black people getting killed in the street. He felt that police should be wearing body cameras everywhere so we could see actually what's happening in these events of people, unarmed black men getting shot.
So we can see it online and then let the man get off again.
I think
what type of footage? No. Well, listen.
This isn't an argument; it's a discussion. So,
facts.
At the end of the day, you're black. You're the first black president, right?
Yeah.
You need to denounce that shit. It's not. He's playing a political game.
Okay.
Like I said, black people.
I'm gonna interject for 1 second because I'm gonna tie back into what O was saying, what you were saying, and what I I just said 2 seconds because I'm getting frustrated. We're still talking about this as if there's an actual arena here, and it's not just people sitting in a fucking box watching us and laughing as they throw items at us and see what happens. If Hillary was supposed to win, she would have won. It wasn't she could have if it would have did this. And why would she ever stand on a platform and advocate for people when she stands for white supremacy? Obaka stands for white supremacy. The niggas half white. And you don't have to be white to stand for white supremacy, by the way.
I agree with D. Like, because in a sense, O just mentioned, like, if black people actually got out, more people got out and voted.
Right.
If more people got out and voted for Hillary, I don't think so. She already won the popular vote. It's electoral system. Like, my pops got on me today and was just like, yo, why didn't you vote? Don't never exercise your right to vote. And I'm just like, yo, I'm already living in a liberal state.
You know what?
Somebody else is picking the president for me.
I 100% agree. I 100% agree with D as in, like, the system. Y'all all know, we all had this conversation. Like, I agree that the system is rigged. They pick whatever candidate they want. But right here, as the conversation we're speaking about, I don't run away from the word conspiracy, but what you're talking about is conspiracy because we can't prove the stuff that you're saying. But that's the only difference. No, I agree what you're saying.
You know what's so outlandish to me is that I can't prove that 1 million something people in Florida voted for a certain person. Someone's just giving me a fucking number. The same news that lies to me, the same news that tells me it's okay to victimize to have people be victims, are telling me that this is what I should just take their word for it. I should just take their word for it. That's a conspiracy to me. How the fuck do I know what those numbers mean? Because they said it on CNN? I mean, like them niggas give a fuck about
the math actually don't make no sense.
It's not good math.
Yeah. So then we're getting down to this whole electoral college vote, right? Was it electoral college?
Electoral college, yeah.
So we're getting down to that when one state weighs more than the other. Granted, so Massachusetts, which we live in, every county, every town was blue. Not one went red for majority vote. But yet the Massachusetts electoral was weighed at like 11 votes.
It's always 11 votes.
Right. So first of all, you got one of the most progressive, quote unquote, progressive parts of the country up northeast. And we don't carry that big of a vote. But you got the ignorant motherfuckers. You got Florida.
The inbreds.
You got these inbreds.
The inbreds on the Rust Belt.
Hey, show my shit, man. Yeah, I got family in Florida.
Yo, Florida's one of the most retarded
We're not gonna feed into this thing because the next subject to jump into, which is and not to take away from the electoral college point, because that's very valid, and how many electoral votes you get and how profound your state is and how much influence I have is kind of crazy, and they know how it plays. But this, once again, it's a board game, my nigga. And the rules of the board game are that the laws govern the land. The laws are of God, whoever made it. And you look at any game, there are rules that might not make logical sense. But in the game, you have to play by those rules because that's what's configured in it. You have to follow the rules of the game.
Rules is rules.
So we're playing right. Rules is rules. We're playing the wrong game. And so to talk about like inbreds and like Hicks and whatever the fuck it may be, I'm not feeding into that because them niggas is poor too and they're fucking confused. And so in my opinion, they want still think
they're better than you.
But it's all right though because I'm very comfortable with myself. I'm good. So they want to promote, in my opinion, a race war. They want that, and I think a lot of poor white people been waiting for that and been thinking it's gonna happen. And I heard this on Tax also. I'm not gonna take away from nothing I heard on there. I don't know many niggas that's geared up for no race war. People will defend themselves, but we trying to get ours. We're not trying to kill you.
They finna load up them muskets, bro.
Yeah, there's like military militias up in Michigan. All white men with guns.
They took over a government motherfucking building. What's his name? It is dude.
The brothers.
Nah, what's the name? I forgot this guy's name, bro. But yeah, they literally went to war against the government. Like, they just got pardoned about a month ago.
Yeah.
Are you talking about that guy that didn't want to give up his property? Like, he didn't want to pay taxes?
No, it wasn't. It was his two.
Clive and Bundy, that's his name. Clive and Bundy.
But his two brothers, though.
Yeah, the Clive and Bundy. Yeah. And they literally got off.
Yeah.
These dudes had guns pointing at the motherfucking federal government, and they got off.
In the federal government building with their guns, and they got acquitted of having armed takeover of a federal building, but there are photos of them in the building with the weapons.
Right. So
think about it.
If that don't show you white supremacy is prevalent in this land, that's the rule of the land, man. And we really gotta wake up and understand try to remedy this shit because this is a fucked up dilemma that we're in. Like,
Right,
literally.
and we've addressed that. So the question that's being posed is: are we being led into another agenda, which is a part of depopulation? To now, because we're at war with the police. Supposedly the police got to be worried about us. Now we at war with poor white people.
That's the narrative they paint. Every time you say Black Lives Matter, oh, you don't like the police?
Exactly.
Like that's a narrative that the white motherfuckers and Fox News and they paint. That's not a real narrative. You can say Black Lives Matter without
right now that we are gonna go to war with poor white people.
How many people that's protesting over there in New York is mostly white people, bro. You gotta understand, Trump marginalized so many groups of people. That's why a lot of people is feeling the heat. It's not only black people feeling the heat right now. Black people, we already been shit around so much. So if you really look at most black people, it's freaking everyday struggle.
That's why you
they don't give a fuck.
the next day.
Waking up,
going to work,
I was
smile on my face.
I was very
business as usual.
There's a couple of things, yo. First of all, I don't think Trump winning is necessarily a bad thing for
neither.
black people. You know what I'm saying? If anything, like Bach said earlier, it's a wake-up call. You know what I mean? Like, it's easy to pacify the black community and be like, oh, you got a black president, everything's okay. Oh, look at, you know what I'm saying? Hillary says she likes y'all, everything's okay. The fact that Trump won on the back of hate,
right?
You know what I mean? That paints a picture like, this is America. Stop, wake up. Right. You know what I mean? Right. Like, don't stop thinking that everything's cool because this figurehead, like D said, that's what the picture's painting. That's what the system is painting as a picture.
Stop cooning, stop buck dancing, stop jiving for all these motherfuckers.
To piggyback off what you're saying though, man, like there was a small part of me, a very small part of me that said, you know what, I actually wish that this dude actually wins because here's the reason.
You're talking my language, yo.
Here's the reason why. Because I said if he wins, at least people will be more alert and aware, and that lets the cancer rise up, and then we could clean this fucking gutter of a country that we love. But if it was Hillary, it would have went status quo, all the suppression, all the same shit. No one would have baptized
coded language.
Yeah, it would just been the same
super predators.
But
I have to disagree.
I
have to disagree because y'all keep talking about if it was Hillary. What happened. It couldn't have happened no other way. That was the way it was meant to happen. So you can't say if it was Hillary, then we would have still been like, oh, kind of just in the darkness, kind of pacified. We see what it is. All you motherfuckers, all you fucking people of color that be like racism don't exist. Ha ha ha, it does. Like now that we know what it is, what are we gonna do?
Yo, I mean, it really comes down to three things, yo. Like if you don't organize. The black community is what I'm speaking to right now, you know what I'm saying? Because I can't tell everybody what to do. But I feel like as far as we go, we need to organize, we need to nationalize, and we need to really, like, come to, like, have an idea of, like, education for our people. Educate each other. You know what I mean? Because that ignorance you're talking about, that comes from a lack of education. We are put into positions to not be informed. You just mentioned that, black people say that, supporting Trump and everything like that, like where it comes from.
No, you said like racism doesn't exist.
You said black people saying racism doesn't exist. Trump is evidence of that. That's ignorance to say that. You know what I'm saying? Like racism doesn't exist. The idea is that it's lack of education. If you understand where you come from in the system that you're a part of, that you are subjected to, then you will understand your place in it, and you'll understand that where racism plays a part in all of it.
It's not about.
So I think education is very key in all of that.
I do understand their place, but they're fearful, and you can become comfortable. It doesn't matter if you're doing well or doing bad. If you're on government subsidies or if you have a good paycheck, it's a lot easier to swallow that pill and go home and watch TV and know that the world's a fucked up place, but feel like I'm doing all right. It's a lot easier to do that.
That's where it comes from too.
And I think niggas are afraid that they're not gonna have that opportunity.
That complacency, yo, that's a problem too. You know what I'm saying? Like the idea, like Trump comes from that mentality. Mm-hmm. Like think about like reality television. Oh, like, I just wanna. You ask anyone who watches reality TV, they're like, oh, I just wanna take a break from life. Like I work hard every day. I'm stressed. I just wanna go home and not think. Mm-hmm. Like this is what that nigga comes from. People not wanting to think for themselves. They want that shit spoon. Like, this nigga is coming out and just directly telling niggas, like, yo, fuck this, fuck that, that's stupid, I'm right, they're wrong.
But he's speaking to a certain demographic.
He's speaking to the silent majority.
He's speaking to a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly. And they are the majority. That demographic that he's speaking to is the majority.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, they don't gotta go around like, oh, I'm gonna vote for Trump. They're gonna just play easy. They know they got the power. When you got power, you don't floss it, really. You know what I mean? Unless you stupid nigga. When you got power, you sit there and rule and you be powerful. Yeah. And you don't give a fuck about anything that's weak. You don't pay mind to anything that's weak. You just if you got power, then we could talk. But if you don't got power, then we don't even have no kind of conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what power does.
Bro, I'm not even too concerned about the domestic threats that we're having right now, because we were threats. How old are you? 28, 20, 27?
Damn,
you were a threat since you were 20 for 28 years, 27 years. Me, 28 years. I've been a threat to the government. I've been a threat to the people. We've been threats. So this whole lifestyle we're living every day, it is what it is. What I'm more concerned about is the world was watching, and now they saw that the mystique, the magic of the United States being the number one and all this shit, letting this fucking bozo be at the top right now. The
Is
world
he a
was
bozo?
watching, and now
That nigga's smart as shit,
he
bro.
is, in his own right. But now my concern is international affairs.
I think internationally they look at him and, like as I said earlier, he represents misogynistic, racist,
Why they hate
powerful white men, and they're like, oh, these niggas really like he's a fucking Sith Lord, nigga. Like yeah, he's good, and he knows it. See nigga's face when he won.
And then you were talking about that.
Like, the nigga, he knew it.
Yo, dudes thought he was crazy.
A lot
the
of
time he was going on all these speeches like, we're winning in Florida, we're winning in Ohio. Dudes was looking at him crazy.
And he knew what the fuck he was talking
Yeah,
about.
they saw it real.
He was like, yo, listen, my base going back.
Remember when he was talking about the wrong election date and shit?
Yeah.
And they was like, oh, he's still, you don't know what he's talking about. Now, people were taking him as a joke, yo. It was real the whole time. Y'all was laughing. This shit is not a game, man.
But can I make a suggestion for black people? All right, so these don't like what I gotta say. This shit is rigged against us, right? We can agree on that. It don't matter who we vote for. So until we get something out of literally involving ourselves in politics, we need to just completely pull from the shit. Like at least on a federal level, you know what I mean?
On some Killer Mike shit.
Yeah, like we need to just literally not vote. It don't have nothing to do with us. If you look at the Asian community, they don't vote. The Asian community don't vote. You know what I mean? Like a large percentage of them don't vote, but they're still doing a lot better than black people. And what the fuck do we got to get for our vote? The Dougie, or you know what I mean? Or we get a bullshit ass museum and they playing some nonsense.
I really want to take that museum out.
I want to hit that museum, but
Yeah,
I got issues with that. They playing all types of like freaking bullshit ass movies for the first movie they playing and stuff. But it's like we get like we don't never really get nothing like tangible. We always get like symbolic victories, and it seems like black people are just okay with the symbolic victories at this point. And I'm over it. Like until we can build an economic base, until we can have something to show besides some Jordans to say that we doing good, then I don't give a fuck. We need to just not do anything about politics. Like let's make sure our money stays within us. And let's vote for the people who are going to make sure that our children are educated the most. Let's vote for the people who are going to make sure that our best interest is what they're thinking of. Because all these other people, they don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? The presidential election, it doesn't matter. Let's vote locally. Let's make sure our people's good. And then once we get our shit together, get our money up, then maybe we can get some super delegates. We can go to Trump. Trump talks money. We can go to Trump with a bag like, yo, listen, we gonna need you to do this,
protect these interests. You know what I'm
protect
saying?
these interests.
And then we'll vote for this, and then we'll put our money behind that.
Exactly.
The thing that I'm sorry, I just want to lose this. The thing about very powerful white men is that they don't need to accept any of our money.
They don't need to.
They'll make it a fucking point not to. So like, because I've heard like a solution being like building
funded his own campaign.
Right, building.
No, we didn't.
Building.
That's another story.
Building black economics. You still get taxed. So unless we can find a way not to pay taxes, we're still contributing to our own oppression. But and I'm sorry. Oh, you were gonna say. I wanted to spit that up. We're always gonna say something.
Shit, I mean, now that our president could grab whatever he wants and not pay taxes, I guess, is that the right that we have too, or no?
No, we're black. We can't
see,
grab no one.
We're black.
They gonna Emmett tell you. You gonna Emmett tell you got someone by the pussy,
White
bro.
supremacy, bro.
Yeah, calm down with that
But
shit.
like, nah, I feel you, but at the end of the day, like, we have to deal with the facts. It's established. Trump won. This is no debate no more, because I talk about this white supremacy shit all the time. Nigga won, so we know we living in a state of complete white supremacy, right? So at the end of the day, I feel you, but it feels like every single suggestion, you're like, oh, we can't do this, we can't do that. Like, we're in this country, we're pretty much prisoners of war. We live under.
When did I say we couldn't do something?
But it seems like, oh, we can't do
They don't
nothing
need
with
our
our
money.
we don't need our
That's what
money.
he
But my only point is that when you're a prisoner of war, you living under another group of people. It's like if you're literally inside like a jail, or if we went to like overseas to go fight another group of people.
I mean, the logical statement is that you only receive you have to be free in order to be liberated.
Let me finish what I'm saying. And the whole objective is to become free, not have liberty, but to become free. But at the end of the day, if us right here, there's 7 people in this room. If we go overseas and we get captured, we're not gonna be going all gun ho. We're gonna be taking methodic steps to break out of it. So if a warden comes and gives us some food, we're not gonna be like, oh no, fuck that, it don't matter, I'm already a prisoner of war. You're gonna do very calculated steps until you find the opportunity to get the fuck up out of that prison. You know what I mean? That's what we have to do as black people. But it seems like black people just do the same shit over and over, like giving their vote to the Democratic Party, thinking that we're gonna get some type of change or some shit. It's never gonna happen, bro. We gotta do different things. We gotta be more calculated with how we move.
I'm alluding to doing different things because black economics, all this stuff is.
But black economics, the only time it's ever attempted to happen has worked. And they've obviously always came in with tanks and blew up shit. But at this point,
so if we know they're gonna end up doing that anyways.
What's the point?
No, okay. So what is the solution?
We're talking around it right now. We're talking around it right now. So, black economics. You guys are speaking on 2 types of things. So when it came with tanks, it blew up Black Wall Street. We were creating our own market. You know what I'm saying? That's a different level. That's almost having your own type of currency. That's a market within a market. That's pretty dangerous to an economy. So that was almost like not like America don't fuck with his money, man. You know what I'm saying? You fuck with America's money, they gonna come they gonna come clear you out. They will do that. You to work within or beneath a system, like you talked about the tax podcast. They mentioned the Hasidic Jews. I think that was a great example. You know what I mean? Because you think about it, they pretty much have their own system within our system. They don't need to partake in anything outside of theirs. All they have is a system within, you know what I'm saying, their community. They keep everything within their communities. They give it like their own Chinatown or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Keep all your money within your own business, within your own people. You deal with your own people, and that's it.
They're white though.
Understand? But Jews ain't white. They recently became white. That changed.
They white now.
That changed about 40 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
They white now. They white now. They're white.
They
2016 Jewish people.
That changed Semitic or whatever.
That changed about like I said, about 30, 40 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
They're white. And Israel is the biggest ally of the United States and one of the most pivotal positions if there ever were to be a World War III. They have strategic plans already mapped out as someone would fuck with them niggas.
That's not
so like, you can't really go fuck with a Jewish person and be like, you know where I'm from, right, my nigga? You know we with you, right, my nigga?
Yo, can I take a few steps back? D, you asked everybody in the room what they thought about this whole election and when Trump got elected. First of all, I'm with you, Boogie, and this is something you said offline, but I want to start saying your president and not claim him as my own. And that's just to anybody, not offense to like pushing it to you. When your president got elected, D, what was your thought?
I was like, what the fuck?
This nigga ain't watch it, bro.
I mean, honestly, I don't care, bro, because like I know
he woke up drunk next morning.
I know what day it is. I know what year it is. I know what I look like. I know a lot of my history, most of it oppressive. I know most of the oppressive parts, not the good parts. I know some of the good parts. You gotta go look and dig for it. And I know what I would like to do and what I have to do, and it really don't make a fucking difference. It doesn't make a difference. I didn't like Obama. You think I don't give a fuck. I was snook when that nigga got elected.
Here's my thing, because you work with the youth. You work in inner city, right? With inner city youth. Have they approached you with any type of concern with Trump?
Yeah, people.
What are they saying? Like I'm concerned to know.
Some people are afraid, and it's just like it's not really that big of a deal. But you have to understand the picture that's being painted between these Crip and blood politicians. Like that shit's fake as fuck. They're all in the same gang. They're all down with each other. It always worked, right? One hand washes the other. They fuck. Hillary is chilling somewhere right now. You think she's hurt? She's confused.
She's gonna be alright.
She still got a job. Yeah. She's still in power, nigga.
2 million in speech ain't bad.
But you know what's funny? I was thinking about this shit the other day. I was like, yo, Trump is gonna be for a lot of these white nationalists what Obama was for black people. It's like Obama was like, yeah, we rock with you, you're the first black president, but then, and this is obviously conjecture, he didn't do shit for the black community. And the same thing is going to be with Trump. He made all these promises to these white nationalists, and is he really going to deliver? It's looking like not. Like, in the last couple of days, he's already reneged on a lot of shit he ran off of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that goes to say, like, the way the policies that are in place were decided on a long time ago.
Right.
And if you look at the new Trump interviews, like, you look at this nigga's face, like, he
looks like a politician.
After he talked to Obama, he was like, yo, I just found out some real shit.
Yo,
and he's less cocky, bro.
No. Yeah, like, all right, not even. Let's take it back. Before he even talked to Obama, right? He was like, I'm expecting. I was watching it the night he got elected, and I was expecting him to be like that sore winner, that person, like, cause he ran his whole campaign off of that, like, yo, I'm the man. Fuck everybody. Look how big my hands are. My dick is big. Like, all of that shit. I thought he was gonna keep running with it, but he was like, oh, I'm gonna call Hillary and thank her on a good competitive campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he already got political.
Yo, I told you how.
Well, they said he got a call from Obama like
My
you know what I'm saying,
nigga.
around 4 a.m. You know what I mean?
My
That was probably a real phone call.
You fucking because I've been talking this shit. So the summer that Herm got smoked, that RIP to Herm.
RIP.
We was fucking. I was working at an overnight camp, and there was some dudes from UK there, right? They brought dudes from all over the world, and this one dude was talking to me. I'm like, I'm on my shit, man. Fuck this, fuck that. He's like, yo, but what if you became like, what if you were like a governor or president? You fucking. I was like, listen, I'm gonna do all. We gonna free everybody, right? He's like, but what if they sat you in a room and just told you like some shit that just blew your fucking mind, and you walk out that room like, I can't say shit. I gotta stick with this shit. That's what happened.
His
nigga.
whole demeanor flipped, bro. So that's what happened. They told him they put him in that room, told him some real shit. Told that nigga about the aliens.
Right.
Told that nigga about all that shit.
Like, bruh, you probably met one nigga.
He's like, he's a Biden nigga. This nigga's really the alien. He's like, hey, how are you doing? Oh shit!
Cheney came out with his machine heart, nigga. I can't die, nigga.
I guess the what I think scares everybody, even if we're riding with that, is the fact that now it's out. We see that we didn't have that choice, and then
So how's that
now
conspiracy?
the Senate is run by the Republicans. The House is run by the Republicans. The Supreme Court justices are going to be appointed by Donald Trump.
Like three of them
stuff,
shits.
3 of them, and these are the people that actually could change laws.
They can't.
That's what scares
So,
people.
let's
It's
apply-
seeing all of that.
Let's apply
happen
some
at
logic
once.
to that, because I take things personally for like 5 seconds. So you say conspiracy theory. Electoral colleges are supposed to be based on the popular vote, but they're not. The people who cast the electoral votes can vote any way they want to. So that's not a conspiracy that your vote doesn't necessarily matter. And then let's take it another step back. You're saying there's gonna be 3 appointments coming up, right? You don't think this was calculated in time?
Of course.
So he ran this year.
They wouldn't even let Obama get his person in there.
And then he's gonna vote in who he's told to put in.
One of them died, so that wasn't calculated.
People die on the schedule.
Yo, that goes. That's Scalia death. That's Scalia death is fishy.
Numbers.
That's Scalia, Supreme Justice.
Wasn't he like 80?
Nigga, there was no cause of death. Nigga went out like hunting or some shit, came back, nigga said, oh shit, he's dead. What cause of death? I don't know, nigga died, he's old. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I feel like, honestly, like, because you keep regurgitating this word conspiracy, and it's like, if you're not willing to think like that, like, to question everything, then I'm questioning you, and that's not just a you thing. I'm questioning everybody, because if you think that this isn't just part of the same story, and because we continuously just get fucked. They bend us over all the time.
I agree with you on like the whole conspiracy tip, but conspiracy is not necessarily a bad word.
You don't agree with me because you wouldn't keep saying conspiracy.
It's not a bad word. All it just means is you literally can't prove something, but it really depends on who's saying the narrative at the end of the day.
It's used to undermine and demean what you're saying because you're going against the status quo.
That's not what I'm saying.
Let him finish his point.
All I'm saying is the word conspiracy just means you really can't prove it. So it really comes down to who's saying the narrative. If we're talking based off a narrative that the whole country gave us and we're watching on news, the CNN, Fox News, then what we're saying is a conspiracy. I don't look at it as, because realistically, it's just
a conspiracy.
It's just a fact. Okay, based on your narrative, yeah, that's a conspiracy.
That's a conspiracy.
That's what I'm trying to say.
But so
But it's not a bad word.
It's arbitrary, but I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be used when applied to my. I don't think it's to discredit you, because as soon as you say that, most lay people would be like, oh, don't believe that.
Yeah. Exactly.
As opposed to all I'm saying is to question.
But I'm not saying anything. I hope dumb niggas.
I'm not saying any
media.
I'm not saying anything. I'm saying
we like dumb niggas too. We take all of them.
I'm not saying
dumb
anything.
niggas.
We take all listeners.
I'm not saying anything I'm saying is factual. This is how I feel, and this is how I interact with the world. I don't have to ever have met this nigga to see what he's about, or to even hear it through his voice and to read in between the lines. Dumb people, maybe not, because people like being spoon-fed in this country.
Exactly.
But I'm bottom of the bottom, so I'm good. I can see. I got eyes.
I agree with you, D. But you know what the funny part is? Like, niggas are tripping off Trump. Like, I'm not even like tripping off Trump. I'm tripping off the niggas who he's about to appoint. Like, this nigga said Chris Christie, Rudy Giuliani, nigga, say hello to Stop and Frisk. Like, again, he's about to appoint that nigga to the attorney of motherfucking the land, motherfucking Newt Gingrich, attorney general.
Yeah.
Yo,
He's about to appoint Newt
yo.
Gingrich. This is an old racist nigga I knew when I was like 10. He's about to put that nigga in his cabinet, bro. Like,
Yeah,
it's real. It's getting real.
But the way I look at it is like, I live in Mass. I live in the greater Boston area. It's not going to impact me right now. I don't think it's going to impact me in the next 3 years. I don't think it's going to impact me in the 4 years that he might be president for, if there is no assassinations. Here's the thing. I don't make enough money to have attention on me. I don't make little money for government to be in my pocket. So I'm right in the middle, and I'm in Mass. I'm in a very liberal area. This part of the country is going to stay pretty much the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's not going to be the effect. I told my mother this already. I told her, I was like, listen, you're not going to see any I'm not having kids in the next 4 years. Point blank, period. Because the way I see it is, it's not the effect of today, but it's the effect 4, 8, 12, 16 years from now. This thing right here is going to breed babies that are going to breed, it's going to breed hate, more hate, open hate. It's going to breed, like, just, it's the downward effect. It's not what you see today that's going to hurt. It's going to be a couple years from now. And I don't want to raise a child in this type of atmosphere now, and I don't know if I could have children in this type of country where that's going to spawn.
I mean, it's only one thing I wanted to say is like, so earlier, you mentioned, the idea of moving, and now you mentioned the idea of not having children. Like, we need black babies. You know what I'm saying? We don't need black people leaving this country. Like, there's nothing to be scared of, yo. Ain't shit changed. Like D just said, it's the same storyline. Obama, we weren't safer with Obama in office. We were still getting killed. Ain't nothing different.
Obama was a white supremacist water boy.
Yo, no lies. Yo, listen, man.
That's a t-shirt.
No lies. Yo, man. There's no reason for us to be fearful, bro. We gotta. This is the time for us to get up and really do something. If you have anyone's scared, go to your next brother, go to your next man, and talk about it, man. All we need is discussion. We need to understand, like, we need to bind together and come together right now, bro. Ain't no reason to scatter, to run. That shit, you ain't gonna live a no better life nowhere else. You'll be disenfranchised in a foreign country because you ain't from there.
And plus, you can't run from white supremacy. That shit's everywhere, bro.
Yo,
you can't run from that shit, bro.
The entire world was paying
That's all I
attention
wanted
to
to
this
say,
election,
though.
so that
That's all I
tells you
wanted to
the
say.
effect
So
it has.
let's take a break, and then we're going to jump back into this.
Facts.
Alright, TBT, we back. You have to forgive me because I know you guys complain sometimes when we don't have a lot of structure, but fuck it, we don't got a lot of structure. This country don't got no structure. You see the shit that's going on? So we're just gonna jump right back into it. I was just during the break. I was just like, "Yo, what the fuck, man?" I talked about this potential race war that's going on, and nobody wanted to jump into it. And Bach and K Boogie just had some initial thoughts. So I'm gonna let them go ahead and grab on that.
I just think a race war is completely silly. It's just like Napoleon Bonaparte said, "Don't fucking engage in any type of wars or battles, and you're outnumbered. We're outgunned. We're outnumbered. We're out organized.
Wait. So
we don't have any. That's just lined up for an L. We're gonna take a
let me
L.
clarify. I am not saying, "Oh, what do you guys think about black people participating in a race war?" I'm saying, if the war is, do you think that the war is being brought to us as a part of what's going on?
Whenever you slaughter a group of people, you disenfranchise a group of people, you straight do testing on a group of people, and you fucking fuck with their education,
Talk
about economics,
steal their kids and harvest their
war.
organs.
So when a motherfucker comes around me and they want to be all extra politically correct, oh, don't take it personal, I voted for Trump. It is personal, motherfucker, because these white supremacists did a whole lot to my group of people. You know what I mean?
There was some shit I heard the other day. I just want to say this real quick, because it falls right into what Baca just said. Like, my man was like, a lot of people want to separate themselves from Trump's ideals. Like, I voted for Trump, but I don't support this and this and that. It's like, listen, my nigga, if you at a cross burning cooking s'mores, you still at a cross burning, my nigga. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You were part of it. Right. I don't give a fuck what you about. Mm-hmm. That's what you stand for, because you supported it by that vote. So I hear you, but go ahead.
I'm not holding nothing against anybody that voted for Trump. Go ahead and exercise your constitutional rights. It really doesn't make a difference to me. I mean, we have two gentlemen in this room that said the part of them was kind of like, and I've never voted for nothing, right? Because I won't participate in that.
I voted.
I'm not
first time voting.
I won't do it because I know it's silly. You know what I mean? And so I would joke to people like, "Who you voting for? Trump? I'm voting for Trump, nigga." But that's what I say. And to be honest, if like someone forced me to go vote, I would have just did it. Like, fuck it.
D, can I ask you a question?
I should have bet money that motherfucker.
So you don't think that? You don't think that? You don't think that? You don't look at a person who voted for Trump. I don't care who you vote for, but at the end of the day, it's just look.
Are you asking me a question?
I'm looking at, like, you don't look at that person and be like, this person's ideologies is completely different from mine, and this person literally supports a system that is in place to literally marginalize my group of people.
I think every single candidate has been in a position where they've marginalized my people, and I think have been proprietors in further oppressing my people. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the nigga look like. It don't matter how he talk. It don't matter about his wife. None of that shit matters, because there already is you said it. There already is this system in play. The machine was built. All these niggas do is come and operate it and sprinkle it with oil. And the shit that they feed them is us. Stock. Any motherfucker with a social security number.
I just got a question though. Before I came over here, I was on Instagram and I was seeing David Banner post something that said that he thinks that Trump's victory is actually something good for black people. He suggested the fact that this happening can make us unite as people, and the fact that maybe we can start our own political party and get involved in politics. Do y'all think that will make any type of difference if black people have their own different political
I think we
party?
need to literally pull out from politics.
Well, I agree.
That's what I personally
because you stated that sentiment earlier, but there was another part to it, that participating in local politics, right? So you want to be on a board that discuss zoning laws, so to kind of halt gentrification. Mm-hmm. You want to be on school committees to see who's going to be the principal and what the curriculums look like. Local shit we can directly affect. Now that whole pulling out our money thing, if we're paying taxes, I don't know, but what we're putting our money into, that's another light to it. And so I understand there's duality there. I get that. So local politics level, yeah, I think we can participate in meetings and just start our own shit. We can start nonprofits. There's plenty of money out there, and we can teach people about their heritage.
Can I just add this as a addendum to what you just said? We can start all the shit we want, but are we gonna literally sit down and support each other? Are we really gonna do that as a group of people, as black people? Because we have not done that shit yet.
That's kind of a defeatist mentality. That's like a defeatist mentality, though.
I'm not saying not to. I'm not saying not to start.
That's why we're speaking.
I'm just saying at the end of the day, we have to support each other because there's plenty of businesses, black businesses.
So support. And Genie's come out with a T-shirt in about 3 weeks, nigga. Make your pre-order, support local business, my nigga.
It ain't that simple, bro. Because when it's proven time after time, we would rather support other motherfuckers than support our own people. It's been proven, bro.
We need to change that. Honestly, it has to be a trend. It has to be trends, bro. So we got to start it. You know what I mean? Like
it's not with this generation.
Exactly.
You know and
we can't go out and condemn no one else for not doing it if we're not doing it either.
We've been hitting the whole black positivity on the head this entire episode, but one thing that really scares me and it I feel bad for, and you know, D, you got a daughter, Kyle, you got a daughter, you know, women, bro, like. Okay, we get the theories. We have the ideas of how this went, but what it really did was damage the psyche of young women thinking or believing that, you know, yes, you know, we band together, there's a revolution, there's something that's going on, women, you know, have this, could vote and do the things that men could do, but then get sideswiped in this type of election. The psyche for young women has been damaged, and that's sad to me.
Do you agree with that, Internet?
Not my side.
Can I say something, Orson?
Here's.
I hear you, but
also,
I want to say something afterwards.
I feel you. But for me, thank you, D. Put him on game.
My bad.
My whole thing is like that type of stuff. Like we can't take that lightly either. We've known that this country is, you know, steps on racism like it's a doormat every single day before they walk out the door. It's this now we're seeing that sexism is a huge part of it as well.
Well, maybe as heterosexual men, most men are just seeing that. But logically speaking, if we know that this country is sexist and we know that this country is racist,
now it's all
the black woman would be the most oppressed person on the face of the fucking earth.
Can I say something?
No, now it's put to light though. That's what I'm saying, and I hope that doesn't damage.
Niggas must have been living.
But I think that what this election has shown us is that racial solidarity is a lot stronger than gender solidarity. Because when you look at the votes,
a lot
of white women, we're talking all this, intersectionality shit, and they still voted for Trump.
They grabbed that bullet by the pussy.
You know what I mean? They still voted for Trump, and that says a lot. That says a lot.
I'm saying that shit all the time now, nigga. That's just part of my everyday vocabulary, bro. That's what America's about.
It was wild because we went out and seen Artie Slang this past Thursday. Shout out to them. We went out to Lowell, and then we went to a bar at Mill City. What the fuck was it?
Mill City Bar.
Yeah, Mill City. Fuck them niggas unless they didn't give us money. But we went to that bar. There was a bunch of like young college kids from UMass Lowell in there, whatever. And this white boy like latched onto me. This is after Trump won, by the way. So I was ready. I was like, the first motherfucker say something slick to me. I don't care how big you are.
Yeah.
They will fucking punch you.
It was what 2 days after.
Yeah. So I was ready. I was like, let's
see.
And they were looking like they wanted to say something. Like, they see the big 6'4" nigga next to me. They don't know that I'm gonna stab you. He gonna really shoot. You know what I'm saying? But this white boy was like latching on. He was actually fucking with Kendall. And Kendall's, you know, like, come on, get away from me, man. You're a weirdo. And he's like, come on, man. You guys gonna teach me how to get women, mind you. We're not even talking to women in there. So why do we have to teach you how to get women? Mm-hmm. And a young woman walked by him. And the nigga legit smacked her ass.
Wow.
She turned around, gave him kind of a on the face, and walked away. Now, I don't know.
Mind you, I was watching. She was smiling the whole fucking time.
I don't know if she knew him or what, but then he just turned around and looked at me and smiled. And I was like, these niggas really just be grabbing them by the pussy. Like I can't do. I wouldn't do that, and I couldn't do that.
That's privilege. That's privilege.
It's literally a bro thing. Like when I think of Donald Trump, I think of a bro.
Yeah,
it's literally a bro.
He embodies that shit.
Like that's why I can't take him serious.
Antoinette, talk that shit. What do you? I have a question for Antoinette. As a woman, what do you feel about what everything that went on with this election and how gender played out in this whole election?
Yikes! It sucks.
Did you think that?
I think the black issue is more important than the woman issue, to be honest with you, at the moment. I know I shouldn't, well, I'm being real, like, I'm being super real right now. Like, they're just killing all black people, like, they're killing the black male. I'm not happy with that. So, the gender issues, like, that's important, but, like, at the end of the day, like, I don't want
you can
equal
fix the
rights,
gender issue, the race
can
issue.
you
We
do
still gonna
what
have to
you
deal
gotta
with
do? I
that.
can do what I gotta do. Like, I don't mind cooking, whatever. It's not, it's
No,
like,
but I mean, it's a serious issue because it's just like at the end of the day, like I feel like black women were completely hoodwinked during this election. They were completely like told a lie, and a lot of black male, I mean, a lot of white males did it to like their coworkers and shit. It was just like, oh yeah, we denounce Trump, but it shows you the white male is the protector of the white female, and they voted as such. So he could say all those misogynistic statements and all those views and all that rhetoric he said, but they still understand and they stayed on code. They voted for their protector, which is the white male. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And
rather
the black
than voting for someone who looks like them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but when you go to most women, they'd be in a room with maybe Antoinette, and they would denounce Trump's actions. And a lot of people did this. They would be like, Trump's doing this. This is foul. That's foul. But they walk into that booth, and it's just them and that ballad. They circled motherfucking Trump.
Do you think that was part of Hillary not really emphasizing the fact that she is a woman running for
yes,
president?
exactly. A lot of women felt like she
did not even bring up that issue at all.
Right,
she just tried to talk like she's wearing pants like a man. She's wearing.
She tried to, you know what I mean? She isolated a lot of people. You know what I mean?
That's right. I mean, she didn't bring up an issue because it shouldn't be an issue to be a woman, and because you can't hide it. That'd be like her.
Can't hide being black either, but we gotta talk about it.
She didn't bring up the fact that she was white.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you don't have to.
with that.
You don't got to.
People brought that up.
Why do we talk about being black all day?
That's a testament. That's
an issue.
That's a testament to
White
black
people,
people, not Obama.
Michelle brought up him being black.
We gotta rein this in.
I'm going crazy.
Go ahead. What you saying?
No, but like O just said that Obama didn't bring up being black. He definitely didn't. That's true. But Michelle definitely brought up the fact of him being black. I mean, him.
No, she's really black.
She's 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know what's with that.
She got hood.
Black.
Yeah. But she was basically saying like
Michelle's the real one.
She was saying that she was scared for him running for president because she know he could be shot even if he wasn't president, just going to the gas
She
station.
did say that, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those are facts. Like she definitely said
Michelle's
that.
a real one.
So maybe
bro.
Bill sabotaged her Hillary's campaign by not.
You better not go out there act like you running this shit. Like,
Wait, hold on. Shout out to Big Willie, man.
No,
Actually, fuck that. I'm joking.
you just call him Big Willie.
Like, you know,
Fuck out here.
I don't fuck with Big. I don't fuck with Willie.
What, nigga?
I'm getting lit. Nah. All right. Now niggas is clowning, but nah. All
Niggas
niggas
don't fuck with back, bro.
Like niggas don't fuck with box. See, niggas invited me on this show. Now niggas getting personal now. Niggas getting personal now. Nah, y'all my niggas though. Anyways, what's the next topic?
There's a couple things, man. I mean, first of all, it's a couple things I want to bring up. First,
bringing up shit now, nigga?
First with good math. When Bach mentioned Trump, you referred to it, you not being concerned about it because you said it's just a part of the whole system and that nothing's really changed before. Mm-hmm. That same sentiment in prior episodes when you lashed out on Obama, and I said the same thing, like he's just another one in the system, there's no difference. You attacked me for saying I need to denounce him. So
you, being an African American, need to make it clear that nigga does not represent you and you got nothing to do with him. He is not with you, right? Just like any white nigga that supposedly is enlightened and really wants people to be free and just work hard and you'll be alright, they need to be like, fuck that nigga. That's a fact.
Respect.
Well, can I
go ahead.
I know you don't like this term. Is there a term you would rather me use than devil's advocate?
Nah,
at the end of the day, right? Obama's a black man. It's his occupation, bro. Like I would have loved for him to be like the next Malcolm X, been coming out there and really standing up for him. But it's his occupation, and I used the prison of war analogy earlier. When you're in the prison of war, you fall in line. Like you try to do the best you can without literally just straight getting yourself killed. You know what I mean? And to a certain degree, even though y'all know I don't fuck with Obama, I kind of got to give him a little bit of a pass to be like, you know what? It's not his job to just be out here yelling black people this, black people that. You know what I mean? He has a role. He's only a man. And it's so easy from us from the ground to just tear him down. You know what I mean? Because realistically, he has a beautiful black family, and in his case, I'll take the symbolic win where young black and Latinos can look up and say, you know what, our president's black and he has a beautiful black family.
In the same breath,
That does affect the youth in a big way.
In the same, but how? So in the same breath, you'll say, yeah, we can take the symbolic win, but we keep taking the little bit they give to us. So no, I'm not taking
Don't pacify people.
that symbolic win. And how does it affect the youth? Well, I could grow up and be a coon too. I can grow up and fall in line. I can do everything right, and I'm gonna be all right as long as I follow these rules. Instead of thinking about how you need to change the actual system.
I think people was mad.
Go ahead.
I think people was bad that Obama's not the one. Like, niggas wanted Obama to be Neo in the Matrix, bro. Like, he's not that nigga, bro. Like, he's not the one, bro.
I don't think anyone
like, he's not Malcolm X.
Anyone that participates in this political system on a grandiose scale is never going to be someone that's actually standing for freedom, because they're going to be someone that's standing for oppression. Because certain people can have power, and in order for you to have this much power, all these niggas can't. And that's the law of the land, right? So niggas gonna fall along in line with that. It's, I mean, what would you guys, Dre, what would you want to see from a leader that spoke up for what was right in regards to, let's say, black people, right? Like, what would a president have to say?
I'm gonna answer this after Dre.
All right, so I hear what y'all say that y'all don't fuck with Obama. I didn't fuck with Obama initially too, but I realized, like, as I got older and as he got his second term, I realized, like, I mean, he is somebody that looks similar to us. Although he ain't 100% black, I understand that, but he's the closest thing that looks similar to us, so I gotta respect that. You know what I mean? Like, people legit got their ass whooped for Obama to be a president right now. And I find it, although I didn't vote this year, and that's why when I first came down here and I asked everybody, like, yo, y'all vote.
Mm-hmm.
In a sense, I still felt bad because, y'all gotta look at it as our ancestors did get their ass whooped for us to exercise their right to vote. I know I'm going all over the place right now a little bit, true. But to answer D's question, like, I didn't expect him to come out and be extra militant, Malcolm X-y.
No, they would have got him on the pen real quick.
He would have been out.
But what would you expect of a leader?
I'm more concerned to what he does afterwards.
What I expect of a leader of him?
What would have made you be like, damn, that nigga really did look out?
I think he should have put more emphasis on the BLM. Honestly,
I'm gonna say right now, reparations is the number one key.
Come on,
niggas need them reparations, bro. Niggas need them reparations, bro.
There may be a fact to that, because you're never gonna be solid with someone if you owe them bread. Yeah. You're never gonna be solid with someone if you owe them a favor. You gotta keep it a buck.
We need reparations,
you owe us, bro.
Who don't owe bread in this country?
No,
like,
every other group got reparations. The Japanese got reparations. The Native Americans got reparations. Jewish people got reparations for some shit that didn't even happen over here. Black people need motherfucking reparations. It's just every single industry in this country was built off the backs of black people, black labor, and we haven't got shit.
And it's still happening.
You know what? You just went, I actually do agree with that, because there's so much things systematically to oppress black people after slavery that we definitely need.
Legislation.
No.
Exactly.
It wasn't just us that did that. Like, we gotta give it.
You can't have two conversations.
So, like, don't worry, I got it. So let me fuck with your mind. Oh, what if Donald Trump gave reparations to black people?
He's a nigga.
What if Donald Trump?
Straight up. That's it. He's that nigga. I don't care what he said, nigga.
Because this is the political arena which is America, which is just it. They'll fuck with you, bro. They'll fuck with you. There was 14 candidates for the gym. Like, they'll fuck with you. What if Donald Trump gives reparations to black people? Now what?
I'm gonna take mine and keep it moving.
And what would your opinion be of him?
I'm gonna still hate the motherfucker.
Why?
Because
he gave you bread, bro.
He gave you what you owed.
Yeah,
and therefore admitting that his people, his lineage, did something wrong.
He didn't talk about that his entire way to get into the office. Don't,
of course
don't
not.
try.
Why? Because he want to get in office.
Okay, so then you. No, I don't care.
I hear you. But in that same regard, people always say, like, oh, you gotta change the system from within, which is bullshit. But if a white man said all this shit that was against, like, stirring up all this hate, and got in office, like, yo, my bad, my niggas. Like, here go this bread. I really fuck with y'all. He actually did the one thing nobody else has ever done.
They take him out first. They take him out before he ever.
So what if he does it? Then what is our opinion of this man? Then what is going on?
My personal opinion of Donald Trump is that
once he awards
he's a I don't know as far as like the other shit he would do. Hypothetically, if he just tomorrow decided to give reparations, I would say he's a fair person, bro. Like on some real shit, because that's some shit that it's undeniable. You know what I mean? Like you look at this whole 40 acres and a mule talk. You know what I mean? That's some shit that they wrote legislation for, and they were gonna give black people 40 acres and a mule and $100. And Andrew Jackson came in and he said, you know what? These niggas ain't getting shit. And no other president came, and no other person or anyone has ever rectified that. It's not just a false thing in black people's head where it's just like we need reparations. All these other marginalized groups have gotten reparations in the past.
And you're you study engineering, so you're good with math. I don't know what year that was, but $100 then, what would that look like right now?
$100 back then.
Probably like
put it this way, they was buying an acre of land for about like 50 cents back then.
What year was that?
So they want 40 acres.
You know what I mean?
So what kind of money are we looking at?
That's a lot of bro. I'm not doing all the math.
No, hypothetically, man.
I think it was millions.
But okay,
gotta be 10 stacks
per person.
But let me
18 something.
But let me say this.
Yeah.
As far as reparations go, it doesn't have to be here's a check. Like it really doesn't. There's plenty of ways they can give reparations to black people. Mm-hmm. They can make us exempt from federal and state taxes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That would be really helpful for the black community.
That's not far-fetched.
They can do, that's not far-fetched at all. There's a lot of different things. Like the Indians, they get
college education.
Free college education. There's a lot of ways we can get reparations as black people. We can get creative with it. It's not practical to just be like, okay, here's 40 acres and a mule in 2016. It's just something that has to happen. It's the fair way to go. But when you ask me, it's like, all those other groups that got something, they had a country that they could look at and be like, you know, why y'all treating our people fucked up? You know what I mean? Black people don't have that. So when you look at the state of black people, we need to become, and this isn't even a person like me because I'm African, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. But as far as I'm concerned, Africans need reparations too because they completely milked Africa, the continent of Africa.
Still doing it.
They're still doing it. But as far as like African American who has lineage to African American slaves that came over here, you need to give them reparations, and they need to be. You can't just take them into captivity and then just be like, okay, bye, nigga, you're free now, and then just let them go on their way. They need a separate distinction. So when they have a separate distinction, this is a black person living in America who we took his ancestors over. Now we can start negotiating reparations and doing other things that black people need to do. You can't just label them, okay, he's an American, and without a picture, you're thinking a white person, but no, this is a black marginalized person who lives in the hood who doesn't get any of the benefits that a white America has. You know what I mean? So that's what reparations needs to become. We need to compensate for the shit that happened to this group of people, and no one has the balls to do it. They use this policy that Nixon created, and it's the benign neglect policy, and they just go, you know what, we're going to listen to your problems as black people, but we're not going to do shit about it. We're not going to ever write any type of legislation about it. So at that point politics don't work from us. We need to withdraw from politics until we can get something out of it.
But what do you say about
But you don't think having our own, either a political party, I feel two ways about.
Can I ask you a question before you even ask me?
Go ahead.
And before you can get any type of political strength, what do you need first? Money.
Facts.
We can't have that's the thing with black people. We're trying to just jump straight to the politics part.
Yeah.
We have to have some type of leverage at the end of the day.
Well, I said earlier, organization, nationalization, and education.
You did say that.
After that,
right?
I would see that coming into place.
What do you think, Dre?
No, but I think I somewhat disagree with Bach, but I understand what he's saying at the same time because I look at it as like what happened with Martin Luther King and JFK back then. Like he passed the Civil Rights Act. For us to even be in the situation that we are in right now,
he pushed that.
You have to push it legally.
Yes,
you know what I mean. Facts. Although 95% maybe or 80% won't agree with it, you know what I mean. They're gonna look at us a certain way, and people may spit in your face.
I'm just letting you know I got something.
Yeah, people may spit in your face, but legally you got to go around that point. That's why they're pushing us to vote. That's why they're pushing us to voice ourselves in that way, in the way that they want us to voice ourselves. But you go ahead, Bob.
In the way that they want us to voice ourselves, but realistically, when you look at it. Everything that we fought for, nothing changed. We're still as segregated as ever. Black people live with black people. White people live with white people. we're still segregated. The only thing we really fought for was, okay, you can shop at Walmart and I can shop at Walmart. We can buy shit together now. That's the only thing that changed. Black people go to the different schools than white people. White people live in different communities than black people. There's nothing. We didn't desegregate. That's not even a word. We didn't integrate at all. You know what I mean?
What do you feel? But gentrification's happening now. Like
Gentrification
we came from the same. We came from the same era where 80 bodies was happening in 2001. You look at bodies happening in Boston right now. It's 20.
R.I.P. niggas just got smoked last night.
I know. I'm not shining over. I'm not shining over the crime that's happening in Boston. But you got to admit. You gotta admit that it ain't the same as when we grew up in high school.
Mid 90s.
But listen to how methodical that is and how thought out that is, and then think about that, and then apply that same theory on a national scale. Yo, I mentioned this like the first podcast episode we ever did. Gentrification has a direct correlation to violence. They pump more drugs and violence in, and for some years when we were coming up, niggas was getting dropped. All of a sudden, mad places are abandoned, rent's cheap, and then niggas come in, they start buying it. And then, oh shit, there's some white niggas living there now? Mm-hmm. Oh shit, there's some more white niggas? Year after year after year after year, and all, to the point where it's like, when we try to fight over it, they already here, nigga. And niggas are still getting robbed in the hood, but the white niggas will just walk right by for some reason. I don't know.
But the rent is going up so high, and the property value is going up so high. Like, you can, a little ass crib in Dorchester is going close to $1 million.
Let's stay on topic.
The crime rate dropped the value of those houses, and someone came and bought them and then made it more expensive because there's always black flight when. Shit, I don't want my son getting killed. I don't want my daughter getting raped, and I can't afford it. And I can't. I call that black flight when black people are moving from Boston to Norwood and Brockton at fucking record breaking. Can I finish what I'm saying?
But let me just add this real quick. I'm gonna let you finish. Let me just add this though.
Oh, go ahead.
The black people aren't leaving because of fucking crime. They're leaving because they can't afford to stay.
Exactly, yeah.
That's the reason why they're leaving, bro.
There's multiple factors to why people are leaving.
Yeah, that's the main reason why black people are leaving. Because they can't afford to stay.
Have you left the city?
They're being priced out, man.
Have you left the city?
Priced out.
No, I didn't. They're getting priced out, bro. That's
different. When you own your home, it's different.
I've left the city directly due to violence.
That's you particularly. Most black people aren't leaving because of violence. We're used to violence. I walk. Most white people are scared to walk in my neighborhood. I'm not scared to walk in my neighborhood because I've been there for years and years and years. If my peoples leave or the person next door leaves, they're leaving because they can't afford to stay no more. The price is going up. They can't afford to stay there, bro. That's the reason why black people are leaving the inner cities. And that's really black people.
You're speaking on something that you haven't even participated in.
What do you mean? It doesn't.
You haven't left. You stay in the same home that your people have owned for like ever.
You don't. That's just a fact, though. That's not conjecture.
I'm gonna go back to what it is. Not a fact that's the only reason. That is not the main reason. Underlying reason.
I didn't say that was the only reason. I said that's the main reason.
And I've already addressed that. So you just reiterating something I'm saying. You just wanted to talk. Like what was? I don't get that.
That's a fact, bro.
Alright, so
that's a fact.
So what we were talking about was segregation.
I don't gotta argue that shit.
But what we were talking about was segregation, and I feel like now
he interrupted me to say the same shit. Like, come on.
I feel like now it's like people are forcing segregation upon the people that lived in certain areas, like Boston, or people that were lower income people. Now they're being forced out of the city because now things are getting too expensive for anybody to really afford.
No, you price people out once you can afford to buy it for cheaper. That's a fact, and I already he knows I know this. I don't know what the fuck he was just talking about, but he knows I know this. So I really don't get it. I don't get it.
What do you mean? I was just talking about some true shit. I just said black people are getting priced out of these inner city neighborhoods.
Let me switch it up a little bit, yo. I got another question.
No, you said they was leaving because of violence.
I got another question, yo. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit.
Okay.
I already alluded to gentrification and being priced out.
Nah, it's cool because I'm gonna let them talk. We're gonna end all that shit up because they ain't saying nothing.
When is anyone ever used to violence?
Black people are.
No, they're not. Black people are the most submissive and willing to adapt to another culture, other cultures.
I agree with that, but they're still
of any fucking race. Surviving is one thing that you're not used to it. What we deal with and what we overcome is one thing.
We talk
you
about
don't
this
become
all the
used
time.
to that.
Dude, we talk about this all the time. You're not desensitized when you hear somebody that died.
You know, it's gonna be more than one.
It affected me today, and I haven't seen it in years.
If that shit fucked with you, it's gonna fuck with the white person way more than fuck with you.
No, them niggas are professional murderers.
Alright, dude.
They're not the best in the world?
You win, bro.
They're not the best in the world?
You win.
They didn't conquer the world?
You win, bro.
Off of death?
Yo, so
They didn't?
Get bullets.
Some people talking about
That's a
earlier-
fact. Like, what is niggas talking about? Niggas want to talk to me about voting, economics, all this bullshit. This system doesn't fucking work. These motherfuckers are murderers, and they control all the money.
So
we
what?
Can't play into this game.
What do you see? So
we can't play into this game anymore.
So D,
man.
what do you see? What do you see as a solution then?
We can't play in this game. Change the whole fucking thing.
Like what? Like
The,
what do you?
the whole fucking thing. I would change the whole fucking thing, and that's
So how
that's
do
what
you
I
do
have to
that?
say. That's what I have to say.
How you do it?
Change the whole thing.
We don't talk about
How?
solution though, my nigga.
We're talking about practical shit.
Practical shit. If you're gonna drop, if you're
What
gonna
do you
drop,
want a single person
if
to
you're
be
gonna
able to
take, if you're gonna take yourself, you can't just remove yourself from the political system. You would have to try to remove yourself from the entire system. And I don't mean physically move. I mean not participate. I mean do not put your money in a bank. Don't put your money in anything that pays any type of taxes back into this government. As a matter
So
of
don't
fact,
own a home?
I wouldn't even work.
So don't own a home.
Build one.
Hard.
Huh?
Yeah, but you still gotta pay property tax. It's taxes.
So why? So how is it that they're always coming up? You have to find the loopholes around these things. There has to be a way to grab land. How do they own everything? How do they own things that were here before the system was even in place? Through violence, by the way.
Yeah.
So how do you own everything when it wasn't even yours? If anything, I would start thinking. With this is horizontal. I would start thinking about vertical real estate. I would start thinking
Facts.
about
That's the big thing right now, especially in Boston. Especially in
Listen,
Boston.
you
and
see
New York
you
and
see
shit
these
like that.
movies where
Yeah.
like it's 2025 and the buildings are so high that the fucking sun's getting built out.
Yeah.
If this population continues to increase the way it is, you think people aren't gonna live like this anymore? People are gonna live like this.
Vertical real estate. Yeah, I
And
understand
people are
what
gonna,
you're saying.
and the ones at the top are gonna get
But
the
you're
sun.
talking about owning property. It's taxes.
at the end of the day,
I'm asking you, what do
you can't tax
When you buy a regular
you
crib,
tax
you
property.
buy in the air above your crib in the
am I
the
talking to
soil
him or you
below
just
it,
jumping
bro.
in?
I'm just when you say something incorrect, I'm not gonna act like it's not fucking incorrect.
But you
bro.
could wait. So
Go ahead.
what is it that would say incorrect?
You said that we need to start building up, but realistically, all the real estate, when you buy a crib, you buy up and down. You don't just buy that one
there's
house.
vertical real estate, bro.
There is
That's
vertical
what
real estate, but most of the real estate, it's you own the minerals under your crib and you own the air
on a
above
home.
your crib.
That's on a home, but he's talking about commercial property. If I'm not
But we
mistaken,
need a
because
way to
that's on a
live.
building.
I'm trying to grab air. So you're talking about how much air do you own above your house?
You own all the fucking air above your house, bro.
Yeah,
if you
you
buy a crib, all of it.
Legally, you can build your on top of your home as high as you want. On commercial property, there's limits. So
And if you
No,
find fucking minerals,
that
gold,
would-
or whatever, you get that too.
That
Anything
would
under it,
definitely
you get.
that would be zonings and variances that would not allow you to. But you couldn't fucking build a project in the middle of his fucking street right now.
no,
it wouldn't work.
Of course, that's not. That's
I mean,
not
but if you get it
single
passed,
property.
like if
That's
you get it
commercial.
passed, like,
And they will pass, and the people that have the money will
yeah,
come in and
exactly.
get
If you have the bread,
Exactly.
they will pass it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're gonna come in and do it.
Yeah.
We can't participate in that system.
So what is your solution, D? That's what
I
was
wouldn't
asking you.
participate in any system. I wouldn't work. I wouldn't
Is
give
that
them
a
anything. I would
solution?
deal strictly in
So
cash.
you want everybody not to do anything.
Yep.
That's your solution.
Stand still for a day. Stand still for 2 days.
So don't work. Don't
Stand still.
do anything.
Stand still.
And then what?
And then what?
I would stand still for 2 days and then see what happens from there. See how much that economically affects people. See how much things change. See what happens when your bus driver don't show up.
Black people
The
are
person who
what,
cleans
12%
your
of the
butt.
population?
I'm talking about
They're
all
all
impoverished
people.
people.
It would
It happened in France a couple of
That
times.
would work better if all people did.
It would do something. I understand what you're saying.
At the end of the day, we just need to understand what's important, and I think that this Trump election could be a wake-up call for black people to just be like, yo, you know what? I gotta get off the bullshit because the system is not for me. The system doesn't give a shit about me, and all we got realistically, economics. The shit is a fucking group fucking sport. It's a team sport. You don't get to choose your teammates. You just got to deal with them. You know, go get that oxtail from the motherfucking Jamaican spot, nigga.
Hell yeah. Nigga,
Go get that
plate.
motherfucking curry chicken. Go fuck with the fried chicken from the soul food spot. We need to pump money into our communities, and we got to make sure we get richer before the rest of these
Go to
people
the
get
roti
richer.
shop.
But
You know what I'm
shouldn't,
saying?
isn't it something that it's horizontal economics? Like we not only do we need to buy the Jamaican food, but we need the farm that raises the ox.
We need to do that too.
Have the butcher, the whole process. We need to give them back. If we're gonna go that route, give them back as little money as possible.
I agree with you, D. That's a very valid point. We have to own the
bread
industry.
together,
One more
buy
thing, black people, we are the only type of people to have a certain type of hair, right?
Yeah.
But we don't own
Our own hair industry.
our own hair
I want to
industry.
get into hair industry so
We the
bad.
only type of people that have a certain. We don't wet shave. When we shave, we take a razor. We don't do that. We got like other groups like Bevel and shit like that that's doing shit for black people. But we don't
Shout out
own
to
that.
Tristan Walker.
Shout out to Tristan Walker. But we don't own that industry. Black people consume way more seafood than other groups of people. That's a fact. Look that shit up. We don't own none of them industries. Asian peoples do.
Facts.
We need to start being able to capitalize and monetize the shit that we do. We always talk about, they coming in here and they're taking our style and they're appropriating. Why don't we monetize a lot of the shit that we're doing out here and support each other? Because we all we got. Like I said, it's a team, and we're not backing up each other like we should be backing up. I'm hoping this Trump election has a silver lining to it. Like, real talk, something's got to give. That's
Good
So
shit,
what are you
Barker.
doing for the community right now to help out?
What am I doing for the community?
Like-
Is that I'm realistically, that's a great point, Antoinette. It's like, you can talk about what you're doing for the community, and I do try to do different things. I do try to support local black businesses. I do try to have these discussions and enlighten the young ones. You guys, we at the Y, I'll come through and I'll talk. We talk about these type of issues all the time, and that's a lot I can do. But it is something to say about the fact that you want to do all this shit, but we all still in the rat race at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? These industries aren't established. If I want to go get a black attorney, or if I want to get a black owned this, that, and the third, a lot of these industries aren't set up already. You know what I mean? So we got to find a way to circumvent that and start supporting each other. The more we can support each other, the more we can get this shit popping as soon as possible.
So how do we do that?
I think a part of doing that definitely would be we gotta build our communities. You gotta build, because no one feels like that really on a team. We're making sub teams and then beefing with each other over the same crumbs. You build your community to have faith again, to invest in your neighbor, to say hi to your neighbor, to buy from him. He's the one that makes he's the one that got the shoes, this one got the pants, this one got the food, and we're all going back and forth with our own bread and educating each other and really having localized centers for adults and teens, because adults need to fucking get over themselves thinking they're so stuck in their ways, like they know what the fuck is going on, and it's just like, you don't.
Listen to the kids, bro.
Like, you
But
don't.
I mean, I hear y'all having solutions for the economical standpoint of it, but what about the leadership standpoint of it?
But we need to stop looking for leadership, in my opinion. I think everyone got to be a leader. I'm answering your question, you know what I'm saying? I think we need to stop looking for leadership, bro. We can't look to someone else. Like, the problem is, we over here waiting for someone to start a movement. When the movement is us. Is what you do every single day. If every single day we waking up and we doing what we're supposed to do, and we can have a unified mentality, then we don't need one person on the podium. All that is an American kill, and then we all scatter.
Completely agree.
All we doing is building up something that's easy to knock down. We organize as a people, and there's no targets.
But K Boogie, to go back what Good Math was talking about, as far as not participating, I was agreeing with him in my mind, thinking that if we don't, say if everyone collectively don't vote and don't participate in this political election, because we know that it's already a preconceived notion of who's going to win anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So nobody votes. You know what I mean? Collectively, this job isn't for one person.
Right.
You know what I mean? Who can really run a country by itself?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, he don't
and
run
be
the
the free to be the one leader of the free freaking world.
Right.
You know what I'm
The most enslaved
You know what I mean?
part of the world, actually.
Exactly. It's just like you need other people around you to help. So I feel like a collective group of people to come together and have conversations as if we're having right now, we could come to better solutions on what we need to do to better improve everyone's lives, as far as black people, white people, whatever face people that's not really spoken for. Because like we speaking for the people right now who are not really spoken for. You know what I'm saying? We just have this
Can I be
voice.
100% with you?
Of course.
I think that we're doing we need to do a little bit more. So here's how I see it. I wake up the morning that Trump gets elected. People are mad. People are going on Facebook. People are going on whatever media outlet that they can and just spewing their views or whatever the case may be. But you're talking to the same people.
Yeah.
We're over here talking about this and that, and we're happy when
I can't
people,
believe it, but
like,
that's 'cause
check yes or like your status. But these are your friends. These are people in the Northeast, like most of them. And so we all think the same way, and then we're like, damn, how the hell is this rest of the country not thinking just like us? Yo, we live in a progressive area, man. And so, like, if we want to really do something, yes, we could do this podcast. This is great, and this has a huge reach. And it is what it is. And let me inflate the podcast.
That's right, we got a mad motherfucker listening.
Let me inflate this. But the real thing is, man, like, MLK did not march in his own church or in his own backyard to make a difference. He went into the heart of the fucking problem and got his ass kicked. He went to the heart of the problem, got arrested. He went to the heart of the problem and got assassinated. Like that's when people turn around and are like, "Oh shit!" We can't be saying all this shit and then get all geared up and then go home and then
you get pats on the back from your boys like, good shit.
And then
you feel like you're doing something.
You're very right, but
I hear that.
Like I said that earlier, man. We still on the Monopoly board, bro. Like we
that.
still on the Monopoly board. Like it's hard, and that's the dilemma that we're having, bro.
But how do we change that?
Yo, you
don't play the game. Right. You can't.
You throw the whole chessboard in the air like fuck it, I ain't playing.
Yeah, that's exactly what the fuck you do. Nothing.
You taking my ball, I'm going home, nigga.
Take your ball and go home, nigga.
You know what? Niggas are laughing not to come at you too because it's real easy to be cynical and try to like undermine someone when they say something like that. But that's because y'all are scared to even think about what the fuck that looks like.
Nigga, you know I ain't scared.
Yeah, you are.
I'm scared of what?
But you're scared of what that would look like.
That's what I'm asking you.
Look like I'm the main rider out of everybody in this room, bro.
Look like what?
No, but yo, I 100% agree. I 100% agree with what you're saying. But at the end of the day, we have to look at practical solutions. That is a solution. That's a solution.
I agree. There's a practical solution.
That solution.
What is it?
I think we should just start small and just focus on the kids that are around us and mentor the kids that are around us and be around them and be a positive influence and then try to keep that cycle going. So 20 years from now, if we can keep a cycle like that going, like
or 30 or 40 years,
you don't have to have kids. I don't have any kids, but I'm over here like coaching now just because I'm like, you know what, that's something I can do.
Let me piggyback.
Something back.
Let me piggyback off Antoinette.
Give it back your time. I think
everybody,
that's what you need to do.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Antoinette. But everybody watched the movie 300, one of my personal favorite movies. There was only 300 strong, 300 riders.
That's a movie.
That said, fuck it. It's an analogy. It was only three.
It's an exaggeration.
There was only 300 riders. Even if the case, say it was 20,000 against 100,000.
Yeah, that's more
you know what I mean? It wasn't literally 300, but I'm talking about the movie. Like, there was only 300 strong, and they were able to lift the morale of a whole group of people, and they were able to get up out their situation. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. So, if you have 300 strong,
for a reason. They didn't start a bank to get out their situation, bro. They picked up.
My point's completely invalid. You know, you're not getting what I'm saying, dude. My point is saying you need a core, strong group of people that are willing to, you don't want to be cynical. I'm saying,
if I don't agree with you, then you just be like.
My whole point is you just need one small group of people. You have to start small before it can go large. That's my whole point. I'm trying to pick you off of Antoinette here. It's not going to happen overnight where all black people are just going to wake up like, oh, we got to do this.
Yeah.
You stay consistently. Say if me, good math, K Bug, say yo, listen, we gonna move like this. This is the only way we gonna move. This is the only way we ain't gonna do nothing else. Antoinette see us moving, yo. They moving kind of ill. I'm gonna move with how they moving. Yo, that shit is like, yo, they're ill. We gonna move how they moving. Some niggas see one of his people see us moving like this, and they can be like, yo, I need to move like that because this is progressive right here. And that's how we gotta do it. It's not gonna happen overnight. That's unfucking.
Nobody.
Understood.
Thank you for bringing that up. Nobody said it's gonna happen overnight.
Why you trying to shut down my analogy then, nigga?
Well, first of all, I enjoyed the movie 300, but it was about. No, I didn't. Stop writing him, bro. Okay. And then that was really just like, powerful white men fighting against the Persian Empire. White men could do everything. I just seen the movie. There were guys in Egypt.
Nigga, white men, yeah, you're right.
Like, come on, like white men could do everything, right? So let me point that. And that was a good movie. And then they were going against Darius. It's just I take shit kind of personally, my nigga.
I feel you.
But anyways. Anyway, like you need to just stop. Like if you keep rolling the dice in the game and it keeps coming up a number you don't like and you keep getting fucked over, how can you continue to play the game? It doesn't matter how intelligent you make the person. It doesn't matter how humble you make the person. If the game is meant for them to lose, if they play the game, they're gonna lose.
I feel you, but it's just like I understand like your whole take on the politics. Like, okay, we got to withdraw from politics, and that's a point that I agree.
No,
with.
I think we got to withdraw from society.
But what I'm hearing too is just like economics is a tangible thing. You can't take away from the group of the tangible money that this group of people have.
Anything tangible can be manipulated.
That's a fact. But at the end of the day, we can only do the best we can. I'm thinking of solutions, and realistically, this is a podcast, but this is really a think tank, and that's what's going on at this point. You know what I mean?
It's been like
we're talking about this could be
the fucking FBI gonna be on our backs, nigga.
Nigga, let us.
It's a podcast.
You ain't scared, nigga.
Let it
You
come,
ain't scared,
man.
nigga?
Who is?
You know what I mean?
You stand for nothing. You fall.
I've been on a list, nigga.
But you know what I mean? This is ideas. Maybe my idea ain't the right one, but at least we thinking. I personally think that we got to get our money up because we don't got shit. A lot of black people are living off white mommy and daddy, which is white society. They collecting that welfare check. They collecting that WIC. They collecting.
Don't get that twisted, bro. That's not majority of black people are on welfare, man. That's something that's pushed.
A lot of
that's
black
propaganda,
people.
yo.
The dude from Vice said,
More white people are on.
White women are on welfare more than black people.
No, they're benefiting their population higher, but we all are from. You know what I mean? And we all know plenty of people that got that EBT, got that welfare, and they're very complacent with that. They're very complacent with that. We need to throw that out the window. We need to throw that out the window. We don't need your handouts. We don't need you. We don't need that.
Or
we need to throw that.
them like they use us with the handouts. So just gotta think smarter about it.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, no, Bach. I mean,
it just makes us dependent. That's what I'm saying. We
Yeah.
got to think larger than that.
Yeah.
As a group of, as a collective, there are
that's
individuals with
you
us.
pacify people. You spoon feed them. Oh, like, here, you guys can eat. You can survive. Just stay over there.
Right.
Stay where you are. Don't make too much money because then we gonna cut you off. And then now you skip. So now, all right, you know what? I'm gonna just sit here. I'm gonna watch my reality TV, and I'm gonna cash my check every month, and I'm gonna do. I get you. I get you.
And they control your upward mobility because you're dependent on them.
Yeah.
So we speaking money right now, but honestly, do y'all feel the power is in money or is the power in numbers?
We don't have the numbers, and we're never gonna have the numbers. They never allow us.
No. Collectively,
brown.
all right. Black people
Black and
itself
brown.
don't have the numbers, but
Oh,
minorities
black and brown.
itself,
Oh, yeah,
if we unite with
that's
brown
something that we
and
should
other
brought up.
brown, yellow, everybody else that's a minority
gonna be
that's
hard,
not white,
No, it's not, bro.
we outnumber white people by far.
I'm telling you right
You know
now.
what I'm saying?
Advantage. They still have an advantage. At the end of the day, we're still gonna be at the bottom of.
But that's why he asked if it's changed the money or in numbers.
I think
You know what I mean?
that was my
Because there's a
question.
difference. There's a big difference there in the type of fight you're trying to have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I get your point.
if black and brown unite, nothing that can't be accomplished. Nothing. And when I say black and brown, I think of things the whole world is as the board game. So I'm talking about Central America, South America, African nations. Like I'm talking about actually not be because this divide. You go to Chile to be dark Chileans, light skinned Chileans, and they'll shit on the dark ones.
Yeah.
Everywhere in the world, if
Yeah.
your pigmentation is darker, you get shitted on.
Yeah.
So these people need to be like, you know what? All you ones that want to have that lineage and you want to be more associated with your European ancestors, all good. That's good for you. Go fuck with them. But we over here and we fuck with each other, and we need to be on some shit. There needs to be a protection. Any one person gets fucked with, everybody's at you because nobody's defending anybody. There's no sense of community or culture.
Yeah.
And really grand culture, because you can break it down very simplistically. We all come from these like three sects of people: Africans, Tainos. You know what I mean? Like we all come from the same people. So let's figure that out and ride with that.
We all either come from Africans, come from the
We all
come from the indigenous people on the Western Hemisphere, or all you white and come from cavemen. You know what I'm saying?
Bob, you was shaking your head when Good Math was talking. Did you disagree?
I was shaking my head because I don't necessarily think. I think that we can be business associates, but I don't think there's no way.
You don't gotta like me.
There's no way, like, realistically, and I really thought about this. There's no way, like, the majority of Hispanic population is gonna come together with the majority of black population and be like, we're one.
Why not? They black. They black too.
Why not?
But, dude, based on like everything that's
Based on the fact that you're not willing to let it happen.
of course I'm willing to have.
You're already saying it can't happen while we're just discussing the prospect of it. That's defeatist.
I'm not saying it's. You can say it's defeatist, but at the end of the day, they're. At this point, culturally, it's two separate group of people, and people
But they
stay
black,
with their
Because the
culture.
oppressor told us not to fuck with each other.
Just culture because of
I'm not
language.
denying that.
They
I'm
eat
not,
the same
I'm
shit
not
as
denying
us.
that. But
That's
at the
the
end of the
same
day,
exact
but at the
shit.
end of the day, you look at it. There's Dominicans that denounce blacks. There's freaking Puerto Ricans that
True.
denounce blacks. There's a lot of people,
There's
and
blacks
vice
that- but
versa.
there's-
And vice
But
versa.
there's blacks that denounce blacks.
Yes.
Yes, I understand that. But at the end of the day, culturally, I think that we can work together. But it's a little much to be like, okay, this group of people, we're gonna make them synonymous completely with this group of people.
No, we talking about unity.
I mean,
Unity, of
I
course,
look at it in
we
the
can
sense.
unite,
Like, I look at.
but if you look at it, when you go to the town hall of like a lot of these different groups, Hispanic groups, they're not talking about Jamal and Omar from down the street.
not.
They're talking about
That's the
Tito
problem.
and Juan and Pablo.
Just like, bro, but you're bringing up things that we get.
Yeah, we understand.
I'm just saying
the solution. We talking about solution.
Solution, like, if we
ain't saying
unite.
it's happening yet. You know what I mean?
And my point is that I feel like we can associate, but it's I don't think.
But Dre was gonna say something.
Go ahead.
No, I said like you were saying like you don't feel like they're talking about their issues, we talking about our separate issues. My opinion was like if we unite, if y'all think that would make a difference, like that's what I was building up on you. Okay, Good Math was giving his take on it, and he was shaking his head. So I was just wondering why you
Right,
disagree.
no doubt. I would love for that to happen. It's not like I'm against any of that happening, but I just think that it will be tough to go down. Like, you know what I mean?
Everything we're talking about is gonna be tough, nigga.
It's culturally very different. You know what I mean? Like some of my best friends are Hispanic. Some of my best friends in my circle that I hang out with all the time is Hispanic, and it's not just me talking on my ass. It's not me talking like I have any type of preference towards a black person.
Right, we get it. You're taking this way too personal.
I'm gonna take it to another level though. How about what about African people in this country fucking with black people in this country?
Gosh.
African people in this country.
By the way, TBT listeners, this episode originally was supposed to be about different sects of black people, down south black people, Caribbean black people, and Africans that immigrated over here, and it wasn't because the fucking world got flipped upside down on Tuesday, so we decided just to do this because obviously we have a lot of shit to vent. So I'm gonna go ahead and let Bach jump in.
It's the same thing to me. Like if you black, you're black. Like at the end of the day, like if you're African coming here, you just came a couple 100 years late. That's the difference. You would have still been a motherfucking slave. You know what I mean?
You can also go home.
Yeah.
We
You're connected to your ancestors.
Right.
You understand where you come from.
That's
You
a benefit.
pride in the community. There's a sense of community in African community.
Right.
Your people's from Nigeria, correct?
Of course.
When you have other Nigerian families, you know people by their last name.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
You know other families like, I know these people. I know these people. Oh, I know the Ayos, and I know these people. Yo, my nigga, that don't happen in black communities.
You're
That
right.
sense of
You're 100%
unity that is missing. So I'm asking you, what would it take for that to happen?
And what would it take for that to happen? First off, we can't just manufacture some shit that might not ever happen.
Yeah.
If you listen to the podcast earlier, I said, listen, black people who came to this country via slave, they need to identify with each other. You can't just close your eyes and be like, that's an American, and open your eyes and see a black person. You know what I mean? That shit doesn't make no goddamn sense.
Especially now.
You know what I mean? They need to have a specific group.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To identify with. You know, we are African blacks living in America that were displaced through the slave trade. You know what I mean? That by itself will give y'all a sense of community. But when it comes to me, I personally identify with black people, with like yourself.
I know you
because I'm a first generation black, and if I go back to Nigeria, which I have been, and
You American.
American.
they look at me like American. They call me a
American
kata,
white.
and that's what they would call you.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? So, but at the same time, it's a whole nother struggle because
I'm Puerto Rican, my nigga.
I come around regular black people. And growing up, I was always made fun of because of my name. I have a traditional name. They were saying, "Oh, get the fuck out of here with your black name and your."
All right, you're making this real personal.
No, but I'm saying, I'm saying that is to highlight the divisiveness that's going on between black people in this country.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
So I'm gonna cut you off short because we're going in like 2 hours.
He
now.
asked me a question. Let me just finish.
No, I'm gonna cut you off short. I have a role as facilitator, and I'm gonna exercise my right. We're gonna just finish up last thoughts. Looking towards the future, how you feeling, O?
Oh man. Looking towards the future. The immediate future, I'm just going to live life as is. If I keep myself thinking about the fears that I have of this country, then I'll live paralyzed and I won't move and I won't do anything. When I say I'm going to move or I'm not going to have kids, clearly this is just a first reaction. Like, I'm not going anywhere. Like, I'd love to go visit back home, and if they want to keep me there, I'll stay there. But as far as kids, like, I'm just going to have to... Everything changes in this world. Every day changes. I can't control the change. I could only adapt to it. So I'm just going to keep it moving. If the policies decide to come at me personally and directly, then I'll handle it personally and directly. But I'm just going to watch with the rest of the world. Finally, everybody's aware. Finally, people's heads are out of their asses. And now it's not just a black problem. It's not just a gay problem. It's a fucking American problem. And we're all going to actually have to do something about it now. Now my white friends can't tap me on the shoulder and say, what do you think? Now it's time for me to tap them on the shoulder and ask them what the fuck they think. So I'm just going to keep it moving.
Thoughts on the future?
Thoughts on the future? I just hope, what David Banner, I brought that up earlier. Like, I just hope what he said can actually educate people and bring people closer together. With this situation happening with a man that ran his campaign on hate and bullying and looking down upon people that are darker than him.
Doing what he was
doing. Like, I would just hope the world collectively comes together and realizes that, some things that America is doing is not right. You know what I mean? For years we've been doing shit that's not right. But in a sense that you're looking at something that's derogatory, straight stepping down on people that are browner than that man that has an orange tan. That's that's our current president. Yeah, that's our president elect. So I just hope that, like I was asking questions a lot today. I just hope that collectively that it can unite people of all races, like the people that are second class citizens in our nation, to come together, because if not, then we brought a racial war. And I think, like, if things continue in the same path or get even worse, then eventually there will be legit a racial war. You know what I mean? Like Selassie said it himself. So
Selassie, how you doing?
Antoinette, K. Boog, last thoughts?
Tony shook ahead of me.
All right, K. Boog, last thoughts?
All right, cool. Yeah, man. So, I mentioned earlier, I'm going to reiterate it because I think it's very important. Like I said before, I think it's important we organize as people right now. More than anything, we need to get together. We need to have these discussions. We need to understand where we stand and understand where our brother stands and support each other. In the same sense, we need to nationalize, understand that we need to create a sense of black pride in this country, and it's not a crime to be proud to be black. It's not anti-white. Even though I don't like a lot of the white supremacy, and even though I am 100% against white supremacy, and I don't stand for a lot of the shit that's being said in the media right now, at the same time, like, I need to have a sense of pride in myself before I can attack that. So we as a group need to do that, and we need to educate ourselves on our history and where we come from and who we are. And I want to bring it back because last night I watched this SNL with Dave Chappelle. And, you know what I'm saying, shout out to Dave, man, because he's a brilliant man, and I got a lot of respect for him. He said something that I think is something that black people need to understand. Like, yeah, we understand Donald Trump is your president. You know what I mean? It ain't much you can do about that. Whether or not you participated or not, you can't do nothing about it. That decision was made before you even had a choice to vote. But we, as a historically disenfranchised people, we demand that he give us a fair chance if we got to give him a chance. Because we don't have a choice to give him a chance or not. So understand, we demand that he gives us a chance. And if he doesn't, then we're going to take it from there. You know what I mean? That's all I got to say.
Mark, final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Just want to thank y'all for having me on here, man. I have these type of discussions all the time with y'all. And, like Orson said in one of the beginning episodes, it's very therapeutic for myself. So, you know what I mean? I definitely want to shout TBT Media out.
Hey.
And, overall, I'm just optimistic, man. I'm optimistic. Things normally have to get really worse before they get better. And, this country is probably going to hell in a handbasket, but the result will probably lead to shit getting a lot better. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm really looking at right now. And I feel like we have to be united in our thought as black people, but independent in our actions. Take accountability for your actions. Any day you wake up, you go to work, take accountability in that. What are you doing that's detrimental to our communities, and what are you doing that's going to help our communities? And that's something we really got to think of going forward. And like I said, I'm just optimistic because I feel black people work well under pressure, and this was a wake-up call for a lot of black people. So I think we're going to be all right. We just got to keep plugging away at it, and that's just my take on it.
Good math here. Just to wrap it up, this conversation was definitely heavy, and you can feel the frustration coming off of everyone and confusion. At the same time, it's almost business as usual. Not too much has changed. It changed in the eyes of people who were naive enough to believe that there was a difference in this country from like 1970 and 1960. There isn't much. It's just hidden. It's covert because it's easier to take someone's money when he doesn't know you're digging in his pocket. I honestly think that unity's always been a factor in self-empowerment. So knowing thyself and believing in thyself, and you have to be proud to be, you know, K Boogie touched on this, you have to be proud to be you, and that's the way you defeat the person that's trying to make you feel like you're not shit because you're you. That's the stupidest comment in the world. I mean, you know, this is excellence, right? So we're gonna leave it at that. We're optimistic going into the future.
Hey, I'm conceding this season. I'm calling it in.
Right.
Yo, Kanye 2020. Kanye 2020.
Hey, yo, TBT season 1, man.
Alright, I don't know about all that, but TBT season 1, we'll see you guys in a couple months.